Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to what's probably the last episode of the Whispers of the Woods DLC. We don't need my lights on, it's... Okay, we will need our lights on almost as soon as we get there, because we're setting out at, what is that, 2 o'clock, and it'll be like 5, 6. This is going to be a doozy, so this is the final run. Prepare for the Rite, listen to the audio tape, embark on a run, to the location from audio tape number 7. I have to start this with 4 artifacts, so we are starting at a deep negative. I thought this was a 5-length run. It's only 3 here. I don't know if it got shorter or what. And my health is tied to the car's harmonic energy, which means either I cannot heal or my car heals when I heal, or I heal when my car heals. One way or another, I've put like an insane amount of souvenirs into my overhead storage. The other problem is, yeah, we have those multiple artifacts.
There you are. Oh, you're so close now. And you've done so well.
Okay.
With us, you have a place. With us, your home has always been waiting for you. You belong with us, as you always have. We have only been waiting to receive you. When you are ready. Come. Don't be afraid. Continue the evolution. See how good freedom feels.
I think this is one of those where I have a radio relic in the car, I realize. So we might actually be listening to the radio. Yeah, it's like max volume too. So I think more than anything else, radio music, we're just dumping this down to like 20. Hopefully that keeps it within reason. Okay. So yeah, the big nasty part here. And I don't want to actually stop for anything normally. Oh, these bunnies are going to be a problem. I don't know if it's currently hooked onto the car or what. I don't see it, so I think we managed to avoid that one. So we want to just go hella fast. We don't really need to stop for much. We do need an artifact, but we can get that in the final zone. We're already at negative 30, which is pretty rough, because that means that we're going to be cranking up quite a lot of... we're going to be cranking up quite a lot of suspicion. And it's actually not going up as much as you think it would, considering negative 30. But I still don't want to deal with it. We are just gunning for the end, because the other thing is I don't really benefit much from stopping. I think as soon as we reach this next zone, I'll stop for a second. If I wanted to be really crazy, we get to the final region and see if it can pick up a couple more. Just because there's always the small chance that we actually get something useful that I might be able to bring with me into the main game. The one that is when your car charges, your car fixes itself.
We are bringing about a new stage. And it all depends on you and your willingness to serve. What you are willing to give for freedom. Only by evolving can we break free. Only by evolving can we move on to what's next. Don't you feel it? Reflections of the wave all around you. Look how it gives shape to the world around you. How it reshapes. How it cuts through the shackles of the basic form and function. Where mankind is subject to nature's whims, anomalies are cut above, and we shall follow them to greatness. Together, through community, balance, action, and service, we will carry mankind to its rightful place. We will be free of that which shackles us.
Okay, I'm gonna park my car here. I've never seen whatever that is. Titan's Bone. Blacksmith. Yeah, I've never seen these before. Well, and this is why I'm not stopping for much. Because I think this is going to be one of the most hostile missions that we have to go through. I should probably have my lights on. There's just going to be all sorts of nasties that I'm going to have to contend with, and so it's probably easier if we give them as little opportunity as possible to hurt me. I'd like some more thermosap, but we don't strictly need it. Uh-oh. Okay, so here's the downer. Where I need to go is down. Speaking of downers. This seems like a safer descent, but it may also be a sheer rock wall. Yep, it is. Okay. So, despite the fact that we are deep into the negatives, this actually is not that bad. Okay. Grab another souvenir. Actually not burning too much, which is kind of a surprise. Yeah, I need a 5th relic. Any of these good. Notice you a quirk is applied. Cars on dirt road, your health heals. That's amazing. I'm gonna snag that one. This actually might be one I want to keep. No. Okay, so now it's really go time because now we're at negative 52. They're big mad. Okay. I think this is where the road kind of is. It's really difficult to tell. I usually, honestly, track roads at this point based on where the impediments are, more than anything else. Cars, barricades. I don't even know what I'm bouncing off of, frankly. It's too dark to tell. But that's okay. Alright, there's something going on here. I don't know. There might be new anomalies that I haven't seen before, but I'm not in the business of minding. Let's see. Oh, is that another blacksmith? Seems like it. Well, they're certainly cool. Nice part is this car is extremely fast. Not as fast as I could have made it, but fast enough in a comfortable way for me to, like, just cruise. Okay. This might actually be, like, a comically short video. I might have to tack this on to the end of the previous one. Because, yeah, usually I stop, I smell the roses, I grab some stuff. This time I'm in, like, full-on panic drive mode. We're not looking for anything. There's nothing useful here. There's no, like, there's no shrines of knowledge or refinement or industry. There we go. And so all of it is just kind of moot.
Your has guided you to us, to the Fellowship, and to the ritual. You have embraced evolution and made it your own. The wave calls upon you now. The time has come to take the next step. I will guide you there in the way that the Founder could not.
Nope.
It was the Founder who brought me in under his wing. He raised the Fellowship from the shadows. He wrought the first step up the evolutionary ladder, but he was too cowardly to climb the rest of the way. I've given you these tapes, my tapes, for you to know the truth. I served at the Founder's right hand, carried out rituals at his command. Their blood was on my hands as the rituals failed time and time again. We sacrificed member after member of the Fellowship in pursuit of the wave. The Founder tried to turn tail, but I would not. He tried to stop the rituals, but I would not.
Oh, we're going off a bridge.
So I lured him to the ritual site. He sacrificed others' lives for his own gain. It sufficed that it was time to give his own. I took his lessons to heart, relieved him of his mortal bindings. With his last breath, he knew. My replacement was the greatest realization of his teachings. I sacrificed the Founder on the altar. And that is why the wave answered my call. That was when Annie and our ritualists died for, and I would not let their service be in vain. I fed the ritual, and in exchange I was nourished with knowledge. I shed what remained of Jack Whiteside, and took on the mantle to become Edward Bishop. I did what needed to be done. I gave my life, my mentor, everything to the Fellowship. And in return, the wave washed through me, opened my mind, whispered its enigmatic to me all that the Founder was unable to hear. Now that you've reached the terminus, we can finish what the originals started. With that remnant of yours. Don't you see? The remnant is the answer. It's the beacon of progress, the perfect instrument of evolution. The inexorable bond that the remnants share with humans are the key to transcending our mortal lineage. By accepting evolution into your heart, you have delivered us the remnant, the one missing piece of the ritual. Oh, do not be afraid. It is natural to fear the unknown. We cannot see beyond the precipice, but the next step is upon us. I will lead us across the threshold. Together, we have found community. We have taken action. We have sacrificed. And now, freedom is in our grasp. I will be the one to ascend this ritual. I will pave the way.
Oh good, he's done talking. Boy, that's a hell of a lot of hot dust that showed up right next to me. I like it how we are just kind of this nameless, faceless, truly nobody protagonist. We have never actually had an interaction with anybody apart from just doing what people have told us to do. And I like how this guy is like, expecting that we're going to work with him. I truly have no idea if that's the case or not. Like, normally with the silent protagonist, you're kind of scrutable to yourself. You have some agency there. For this, despite the fact that this is kind of one of those where, like, I choose how to go about what I do, I have no agency and no real knowledge or understanding of what, like, the protagonist even thinks about any of these things. I think that's true of a lot of stuff, like classic personalityless silent character that admittedly has been given more personality over time. Doom Guy is probably your best example of a silent protagonist with a lot of personality.
At long last, we have our missing piece. The remnant is ours.
Okay. But here, like, were we all in on this cult thing? It just kind of feels like I've been following objective markers. Oh, the gas station has become thoroughly haunted.
With this, our missing piece, we will at long last know freedom. Through community, we have bonded together. We have embraced chaos and discipline in turn to know balance. Through action and service, we have held evolution in our hands. And now with this sacrifice, we embrace the beyond.
You gotta wonder what, like, the rest of the cast, Oppie, Francis, and Tobias, if Tobias is alive at this present state of time. You have to imagine they're watching us do this, or at least aware of what we're doing, or panicking because we go off grid for long periods of time for some reason.
It's working. The ritual answers. Oh, come, my fellowship, open your eyes. The wave, it comes, it comes. My eyes, I can see.
Siphon harmonic energy from the conduits to interrupt the ritual. Is this a conduit? It is.
No, something's wrong. What's happening?
How dare you use my car for your dread rituals?
Rite, stop! You'll ruin everything. Leave the rituals. But it must continue. I've been so close.
Like I said, at no point have we given any indication of what our characters' opinions are.
What is this? What are you? No. This is all wrong. Stop.
Well, that was slightly confusing.
All for nothing. It was all for nothing. The rituals, the fellowship, all for nothing. It worked. The remnant worked. It opened the way and the evolution began. The wave revealed itself to me, pure and true, and swept me into itself. I transcended my body. I reached the threshold, and I looked over the horizon, and it looked back. And then I saw nothing. All for nothing. Nothing lies beyond the horizon, and in that nothing it lurks. It does not care. Not about us. Not about anything our fellowship has done in its service. The eye and the dark has opened. The wave does not seek to evolve us. The wave does not seek anything. All that we have seen are its afterthoughts. We have been wrong. We have been wrong all along. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, Annie, you died for nothing. Oh, forgive me. I can't face them. The fellowship. I can't return. I must go.
So it's implying that the wave is literally just echoes of thoughts of some greater creature in the deep dark void, you know, Cthulhu or whatever you want to call it. That's neat. I don't necessarily know if they want to go any further with it. It's one of those where, like, whenever I'll run into these story beats, I'm always a little bit disappointed that there isn't more to it than that. That, say what you want about the Call of Cthulhu video game from like 7, 8, 9 years ago. One of the endings on that one, you literally, like, summon Cthulhu. It shows up and everybody freaks out and starts murdering each other left and right as the world functionally ends. And I actually thought that was extremely cool because at least there was kind of this, like, hard stakes to everything. This one, you know, it was like the eye is woken up or something like that. Is there a continuation for this game planned? Because that actually would be cool if it kept going and we actually had to deal with, like, some kind of greater disaster. I guess I'm also thinking of Abiotic Factor, which came out recently, that had some kind... Well, you kill some kind of, like, weird alien otherworldly god thing, and then it opens up a terror in space, in, like, the oceans off of the Icelandic coast. I think Iceland. I'm assuming Iceland, but I could be wrong. And, you know, it very much implies that there's greater powers at work, playing with reality and possibly many realities. And so here, once again, we have this giant otherworldly being that really didn't have any interest in what was going on. It just kind of happened in its service, question mark. And it makes me wonder, like, if the developers are able to, like, keep going with this story, would they? What was the plan? Or is it just kind of one of those where you're just like, oh, it's a deep eldritch being and it didn't give a shit. And everything was all for naught. Why did we do this? How would I think about with this one? So it's mainly just the, I don't know, am I too franchise-brained for this? Or is it one of those where it's like, I want these stories to go further and, like, really show whatever the conclusion of that plot thread. You know, what is the greater impact of this other than this guy started a cult? Well, he took over the cult, killed a bunch of people, did this ritual, and then realized, oopsie, Cthulhu doesn't care about me. So what's Cthulhu doing, and does it matter? I don't know, maybe I'm too agnostic for this. But it's kind of one of those where, like, even if the gods, like, god beings did exist, if they don't have any kind of sway over reality, if they didn't even have any interest in it, they're just off in a higher plane doing whatever the hell they want. Zeus is turning into a swan and just having, you know, his way with whoever. I mean, I guess that is actually interacting with mortals, but say he isn't. You know, everybody's staying up on Mount Olympus and there's literally no divine intervention or intercession or guidance in any way, shape, or form. Is it just saying I can do the Rite of Ascension again? That's weird. I mean, maybe it's just what happens for having this in. So I want to take a look at this. But yeah, if the gods are so uncaring that they would never ever interact with another person or with reality, does it matter if we ever interact with them? Do they need to be interacted with? Oh, is my... What happened to my car? Did they just strip my car naked? They did strip my car naked. That's confusing. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna put these away for a second. Let's hit the auto vac, clean everything up. That should take all the take all the parts from outside too, which is kind of what we need. All right. Well, all things considered, yeah, we've got a totally naked car for some reason. Oop. I'm just gonna go park it here, and we will rebuild it. The thing is, I'm not actually sure how much I care about a lot of these parts anymore. Like, I don't think I'm going to put the attuned parts back on, even though some of them are good. Just because if there's no easy way for me to refuel them. Let's see. Anything wrong with any of my tires? If there's no way for me to refuel them on a regular run, I don't think I really want to utilize them. I'll go get another regular pneumatic locker, and we're going to go stick a bunch of the attuned parts in them later. But now I just want to make sure that this is stripped as bare as we possibly can. Looks like it. Okay, so the one problem is... there's a bunch of stuff. Flash shards, chemicals. Actually, I'm going to put this here. This is going to freak out for a moment. Let's get another pneumatic locker. Yeah, I got plenty of corrupted energy for this. Well, do we want to just slap it here? Sure. So I think this is going to be where I put all of my attuned parts. Rather than having to go outside or do anything else. Because I might still poke at some of the stuff with the DLC. It's difficult to tell. I think the big one for me with this DLC is I still wish it integrated in the main story somehow. That it was a complete sidestep and almost a separate game. To the point where I've never seen anyone do this. Or, no, I've seen exactly one studio do this. But I really wish that this game was almost kind of like a Warhammer Total War situation. Where This Whispers in the Woods, I almost feel like should have been a separate game, but a separate game that if you have both installed, it is one game. I recognize that that probably isn't feasible for most developers, but, and maybe there's something against it with Steam itself, but I would personally love it if that became a thing that some developers could or would do. Because I think this would have been a stronger experience if it was fully standalone, even though it uses all of the same mechanics and whatnot. And yeah, I've got all of, well, okay, maybe not fully standalone, but a, okay, I've got the furnace, how to describe it? It feels off-putting that there is no connection to the main game, apart from the fact that, ooh, you know, Arda pissed people off to the point where they started a cult. Also, I mean, I guess it's more than just pissing people off, but that they might as well be separate games. They're just set in the same universe. I think for me, I'm somebody who specifically really loved Red Alert 2. I thought that was legitimately one of the, like, well, I still think it's probably the best RTS ever made. I know some people probably have different opinions on that one, but I thought it was just incredibly good. Yeah, I'm just grabbing all of the attuned bits, because I'm just going to keep them in here. Okay, but so one of the things that I really liked about it was the DLC, actually. It was goofy and a complete, like, hard left turn as far as the story went. There might be something, oh, rusty and unreliable, so we might want to get rid of a couple of these. Okay, artifact nullifier, as we do cripes. But so Yuri's Revenge, the DLC, like, Red Alert 2 ends satisfyingly. You know, that is, it's a full, complete story. It doesn't need to be extended. There's like a little bit of like, oh, what happened to Yuri? And that's it. The DLC just picks up where it left off, and Yuri's like started his own faction and mind controlled a bunch of people, and now you have to like go fight him. And I thought that was extremely cool and very fun. So we need a mini turbine and a back seat. I'm gonna have to just rebuild much of my car. In this case, this DLC is like a sidestep to explore a plot thread that I don't think anybody was like aware of in any way, shape, or form. It was just like, yeah, what if a bunch of people started a cult in this area? And I think that's cool. I just wish they had spent a little bit more time on, like, this will liberate you, and even the background of the cult and, like, what the cult did, and more of, like, the... Well, I mean, maybe a little bit more of what the cult did, but why were things so bad in the zone that people went full cults? In response, maybe, would be the way I'd put it. I'm just going to move every single bit of attuned junk in here, just so we don't have to worry about it, think about it, or see it. Just to keep things tidy. I should have been thinking about that this entire time, but it's fine. This is beeping at me because it has another message. It does. Okay. Move these over. I should probably actually move my tools. Give myself a little bit more inventory space. Because that's a lot of inventory space that I can use for things. Let's see. But I think because it was such a standalone experience within the game itself, it just kind of ends up feeling like a non sequitur. I guess I can actually move the pry bar too, give myself a little bit more space. And the food. There we go. That I'm so enamored with the main base game of this and the story and the characters and whatnot. I think I find myself wishing that they had told more stories within these characters or in relation to it. And that by having it be this highly separated experience, I end up feeling disconnected as a result from what was going on. Because I'm mostly just getting back to, you know, I had a nice fun jaunt. It was really cool and really creepy, and I loved the gameplay of it. But even evidenced by my just like destroying of the steward's ritual and ruining Jack's life further, my character really just did not care about anything that happened during all of that. We would just show up and at the very end, and instead of even humoring the guy, we just break it. Nope. Bye. I don't know. Okay. So, what are we going to do now? Fix my dang car. That's what I'm going to do. First and foremost, I need new engine. So, we have the amp engine, which I am so curious about. Because it's got a horsepower of 234. The main problem is miles per watt. Miles per kilowatt. It might burn through my power really fast. We have a solar panel. Oh, miles per kilowatt. So actually the solar panel might not be bad. 0 to 0.1. Whereas that's a flat 0.35, but only when it's daytime out. I think I'm going to be extremely silly. We're going to try a fully electric car. Oh, I should probably have at least one lightning rod. Because I think it's supposed to protect me against stuff. Okay. Then, yeah, engines. So we have the amp engine. We have the turbo light engine. Gosh, that's all of my swamp coral. Let's hope it's worth it. Okay, then we're going to need 2 backseat batteries. Yeah, if we're lucky, this is going to be one of those that charges itself. Maybe. Okay. Then I actually have a lot of parts here. Armored panel. Yeah. So, I think we kind of want to have a bunch of armor on the front for obvious reasons. Go from there. Manual driving on harmonic energy. Yeah, car synergy. Artifact bounties. Artifacts. We'll have to see if artifacts work in the base game, because there's 1 or 2 that I want to hold on to and potentially use. Okay. Oh, we do have a hydro generator. That might be useful. Yeah, I should look into seeing if I even know how to make one of those. Carbureted engine, insulated door, limb shield. Yeah. I'm gonna put it on, but I know it burns power like crazy. Insulated door, anti-corrosive, there's the wind turbine. Okay, what else do we have around here? Armored panels. I think we want to have a very armored front of our car again. Because we're going to crunch through some things. Insulated, armored bumper. There we go. Okay, just to finish my thing on the DLC. I did have a very good time. Like, don't let me end my, like, slight grumbling imply that I didn't enjoy this thoroughly. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't know. I wish the stories tied together better. For me, a good DLC is always a question of, did I gain something? Do the two, like, let's see. This is a nitro boost, which would be interesting to play around with. Okay, I don't think I need the rest. This is just stuff to put in the trunk more than anything else. Oh, I should probably grab the rest. Or, no, I put the rest up in here. Oh, that's fine. Having extra tools is good. So, yeah, I might as well throw on some insulated anti-corrosive stuff. Even if the resistance it provides is actually pretty small. Well, do I? Here's the thing. Anti-corrosive is extremely ugly. I don't think I like it, so I think we're going to pass. And so yeah, I think I mostly just get stuck on the fact that much of the DLC story didn't really show me anything that I didn't know about the main story of the game. And that feels a little sad to me, because I would have loved to see them delve further in rather than full sidestep. But is what it is. Anyway, for now at least, I think this is a good stopping point, at least for this DLC, for this sub-series, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to need, what, 2 panels? 3 panels. 3 panels and a door. Yeah, I'll see you next time. We'll go back to the main game and see where things lead us. I actually have a bunch of logs that I need to go back and re-listen to, because they popped up when I was doing a regular run to grab some things to prep for the DLC. Oops. So I guess I will see you next time. Thank you all so much for watching.